Hello, this is Nick, also known as Mr. Blend 5000, and finally I'm getting a tutorial up and done because I have software that's awesome! Okie dokie, so today I decided I am going to make a tutorial on how to make a simple gun in Blender. Not like how to model a gun, but more or less how to make the gun for the game engine that'll shoot stuff. So yeah, it's exciting. Haha, I'm happy. Woo! So here we go. We're just going to delete our default cube here as per usual. And we're going to do spacebar, add mesh, cube. Which is not our default cube. We have to remember there's a distinct difference between a default cube and an added cube. As long as we can clarify that. And, oh, I have a better idea actually. Yeah. I have to show you guys this. Oh yeah. Creepers be creepin'. Anywho, back on task. Alright. We have my good friend, Summoner here. Just gonna delete this foolishness here. And he's a battle mech. And well, battle mechs can't really battle unless they have guns. So let's give him a gun. Let's give him a happy little gun here. So what you're gonna want to do is, well, in your case, I don't think a lot of people have a random Blender made summoner chilling out in their hard drive, so just make like a small gun, or just, you can have a cube that does it, or whatever. It doesn't matter as long as you just have a object that we can use. And you're going to want to add an empty. And an empty mesh is just an object that doesn't, once you go into the game engine, it doesn't have like an appearance or a physical being. It counts as being an object, but it doesn't really have any physical traits to it. So like, things can go through it, over it, under it, hobla hobla. It doesn't really, yeah. Anywho, and we are going to go over to our game logic panel, and we're going to give him a sensor, a controller, and an actuator. Going to connect the dots. And change this over to keyboard, spacebar, and on our actuator we're going to get it to edit object, add object. Well, we don't really have an object to add yet, so let's go on ahead over to new frame, head over to our top view, and let's add a monkey. We're going to add a monkey. Look at that happy monkey. Happy little monkey. Woohoo! And in our game logic panel again, we're going to give him a dynamic physics. So essentially he'll fall and stuff like that. Anyway, and we're going to have to give him a name. Change, like there's a material and object. You're going to want to change it to object and name it like Bob or 1, or doesn't really matter. Since this is a tutorial, I'm just using a simple number 1. And then you're going to go back to the frame with your fun little crazy sexy old empty object, and under add object you're going to put the name of your empty, or not your empty, your frickin' monkey. Frickin' monkeys. Oh! And we have to get our little hands up here, and so we have red. That's the x-axis, so x, y, z, we're going to add it on our x, and we're going to give it like 10. And well, let's hit P key. And when we hit spacebar, you see monkeys start flying out of him. He's got a little monkey cannon. And as far as things go right now, those monkeys have an infinite lifetime, so let's change this time to like 10. Hit our P key. Yeah, they disappear pretty quickly. So you can play around with the time a bit and increase it till you get a decent lifetime. Oh, we're going to want to change this to local. There we go. Yeah, make sure you click that little L, or else when the empty moves, they're still going to come out in this direction. Like yeah, just hit the little L button, please. It'd be much appreciated. And I wonder. Yeah, that's not it. Yeah. No, that's not it either. Why aren't you working? Okay, never mind. I was gonna get like a semi-automatic or whatever. Not a semi-automatic, fully automatic. Oh. What the hell is this crap? There we go. Oh, wow. That didn't work out too well. Do you know what we have to do? Since bullets usually don't tend to bounce off, well, they do tend to bounce, but not to that extent, we're going to make him a ghost, so when you fire off multiple ones, they don't really collide with themselves. So, here we go. Vroom. That's like a monkey laser. Let's, if we go to our, back to our this thing here, this little F0, that's the delay between repeated pulses, and logic takes 0 equals no delay. Right now there's no delay between when we add these things. So let's crank this up to like 10. Hit our P key. There we go. And so now if you just hold down your space bar, it'll add monkeys like that. And you can also just tap it really fast, but that's rather unnecessary, I find. Let's just crank this up to 30. Yeah, and so the faster you put the speed, the less they'll move downwards. Well, they move downwards the exact same, they just move forwards more than they actually move downwards. So, look at that, bam, 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 brap, brap, here we go, done. And that is how you make a gun in Blender. And then always make sure to parent your empty to your object, so it will, when your object moves around the game, the empty will follow it. Zoom, 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 zoom. Anywho, that has been another wonderful, awesome Sexial Blender tutorial, and I hope you're all having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, night, wherever you are, and I shall video to you all later.